Well, hello, boys and girls.
Hi, everybody.
How we doing?
Welcome to Croix Valley Live. I am Grillmeister Damon.
I am Lou Barbecue.
And I'm Montana Max.
And we're coming to you live from Croix Valley headquarters in beautiful Hudson, Wisconsin.
It is beautiful. It's sunny out today. It's not snowing. That's nice.
Absolutely it is. And we have got we've got a really cool episode today. We're doing our Burgers and Bloodies episode.
Yay.
All about burgers, all about Bloody Mary mixes.
That's right.
It's a great weekend to get both of those things going with how the weather's turning for us.
Oh, absolutely it is. Absolutely. So I want to begin by telling you guys that I am going to be jumping on and off camera a little bit because I am taking care of cameras and monitors and computers. So if I'm not right in front of you addressing you right away, it doesn't mean that I don't love you, because I do.
No, we don't need him anyway.
That's okay. That's okay. And Lou, why don't you tell us about what's going on here and why we're so darn close together?
Yeah, okay. We're going to cover this real quick because for those of you that have seen our videos before, we are within 6 feet of each other because we work together. We are an essential business, so a food manufacturer. We're staying open. And because we are such a small company, we cannot avoid being this close to each other. Just, the way it is, we keep our social circles very, very small, immediate family, and each other, basically. So that is why we are so close. Please practice social distancing and be safe, and don't cough on people.
Don't cough on people. That's some good advice
You like
there.
that?
Sage wisdom there.
Yeah, exactly.
I impart my jewels to you.
So we're doing burgers and we're doing Bloody Marys, and we're going to showcase a couple of different and unique maybe preparations or methods of cooking. And one of those things is something that I've kind of taken away from competition food sport myself personally over years of cooking burger competitions. So, Lou, tell them what you're going to make.
Okay.
Tell them what's out in front here.
All right. Well, we've got a big pan of hot oil because this is the way Damon makes his burger buns. So we're all following.
He's letting the secret out today. This is a big deal. This is
a Holter bun.
The Holter bun.
This is a big
That's
thing.
Right. That's right.
All right. So, okay, you want to describe your Holter bun? You're super proud of them, by all means.
All right. So I apologize if I'm taking my earpiece in and out, but I just want to make sure that everything's working here, as I am the technical guy here too. Buns are super, super important to a burger cook. And I think personally that a lot of people, they don't respect the bun as much as they should. They don't give homage to the bun. And I think that a really good burger is going to start with a really good bun, and you can elevate that entire experience. Mm-hmm. So grilling a bun, toasting a bun is always a good thing.
Yep.
You caramelize sugars and whatnot that are in that bun, and it adds some texture and it brings out some other aromas and tastes and whatnot. But if you can get the experience of having a toasted bun on the bottom there all the way around, then why wouldn't you do it, right?
Yeah.
So we batter and deep fry our buns.
Yeah, I was just going to say, let's summarize that. Batter and deep fry.
That's right.
All right, so I'm going to do 2 different batters.
Okay.
All right, so the first one is my personal favorite. It's the beer batter.
Mm-hmm.
Don't waste a lot of time trying to pull out flour and all the other nonsense. Just go buy some beer batter. It's super simple. Throw it in there, add some beer.
What kind of beer are you using?
I am going to use something from Hop and Barrel, which is a local brewery here in Hudson.
Yeah, shout out to the local people.
They've got some good beers there.
Nice.
They're still open for curbside pickup. So
nice.
You could call an order in and go get a growler or 2.
Okay, so here, I'll go ahead and stir that.
Okay, I'm going to get
What's the other one you're doing?
The Tempura Batter.
Okay.
All right. I got to go grab some cold water because we need cold water for this.
Okay, perfect. So when it comes to a batter for your buns, you're kind of looking for a consistency that's almost like a pancake batter, I would say. The thinner the batter, the more flaky that you're going to have the more flaky your bun is going to be when you go ahead and fry it, and the thicker the batter, the more doughy it's going to be. So you're looking for something that's a little bit like a pancake sort of consistency. And Max, I'm going to turn this one over to you right here because we need more beer. That's too thick. You want to find some more beer?
There's more in there.
No, I added it all.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
More
there's gotta
beer.
be-
There's more off
beer.
and barrel in
There's
it.
more beer.
Oh, we always got
here.
beer.
While Max is getting the beer, I wanna show you here what kind of beef we're using today. Okay, we are using Black Angus beef from Revier Cattle Company in Revere, Minnesota. Or, I'm sorry, in Olivia, Minnesota. And
They should name it Revere, Minnesota.
Change the name.
We should start a petition to do that.
yeah, we can see what they have to say about that. But the beef that we're using here, Max, this is something that is new for us at Croix Valley, but it's something that you've been using for a little while. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about Revier Cattle Company?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am a huge fan of Revere Beef. And that's for multiple reasons. The biggest reason that I enjoy using Revere, and I actually use it in competition. I used it last year when I went to the Culinary Fight Fest in Chicago when I was competing. And the reason that it's heads and tails beyond is it's bred for flavor.
Yeah.
This is generation upon generation family farm that's based it off of science, genetics, feed, and psychology. I mean, all these things play a critical role in developing these cattle. It's not just, let's get the job done.
Right.
Everything is scientifically engineered and thought out. And I actually had the opportunity to go out to the ranch last year.
Yeah, you were out at the farm. That must have been a pretty cool experience, I imagine.
It was. And being from Montana, I can tell you, I've seen more than my fair share of farms and ranches in my life. And I have never seen anything ran like this operation
Really?
as in Olivia. Yeah, I mean, most farms, you're coming close to a farm because the first thing before you ever pull into the driveway is the smell.
Yeah, right,
You're like,
right.
There's none of that out there. And part of that is because of the level of care that they provide to their cattle.
Yep.
It's beyond reproach. Those
Just kind
cows
of
have it better
next
than some
level sort of
people.
operation.
And that's the science and everything that's well thought out and done this. And
Yeah.
through, the other thing that they're big on too that I really enjoy that with a lot of my recipes and things is they practice sustainability.
Sure.
Which is huge in this
Sure.
day and age.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I really can't say enough about
Yeah,
them.
and they're a local company. We like to support local as much as we possibly can. They're great people. I've had the opportunity to meet the owners and all of the other principals. Kevin was just out here yesterday talking to us, and it's pretty cool stuff. So definitely check out Revere Cattle online. Their website is just reverecattle.com.
Yep, and you can find them in independent meat markets across the state.
Yep.
A lot of restaurants
Yep.
actually serve, and that's becoming a new thing too. Is people want to know what they're eating and
absolutely.
where it comes from, right?
Absolutely.
And so that question, people in the service industry are getting asked, well, where is this steak coming from? Where is this beef coming from?
Right.
And you'll find that in Minnesota and Wisconsin and in a lot of areas, I know that in California as well, they're serving Revere beef, and that's due to the quality of the beef.
No, I mean, everything that we've had is absolutely phenomenal. Lou, I'm getting a close-up here on your buns. I want to showcase what you've got going on. So which kind of bun, by the way, is this right here? What is this that you're cooking up?
You bought these buns, Damon. You got to tell me what I'm cooking.
Oh,
up.
you've got one pretzel bun that you're cooking?
Oh, yeah. That's what
And
I'm
then
putting
you've
in right
got a
now.
vanilla egg bun as well?
Oh, that's what that other one is.
Yep. So we've got one tempura batter, we've got one beer batter, right?
These are both beer batter.
Oh, those are both beer batter.
Yes.
Okay,
So I'm
gotcha.
going to hit the tempura batter next.
Okay. So I'm just going to leave that right there. I'm going to move back over. Huh?
Beautiful.
Isn't that nice?
Roll that beautiful bunt footage.
Yeah, we like buns. We like deep frying things around here. That's for darn sure. So when it comes to frying the buns, like I said, you're going to wind up getting a whole textural element all the way across.
Yep.
And we're just leaving it sit in the oil for a few minutes until it becomes golden brown. And then you're going to flip it and do the other side. And then we kind of take it to the next level and add some seasonings and cheeses and other things. But so we'll get to that. Well, I'm going to let Lou continue to cook these.
Just going to keep doing my bun thing.
Absolutely. So we've got a few people joining us. We appreciate that. Well, Libby Revere has joined us from Revere Cattle, so that's awesome.
Thanks for being here, Libby.
Rob, hello. Joseph, hi. Kristen, how you doing? Emma has joined us. John is with us. And speaking, and John, stick around because I believe I believe I've got something to showcase on yours a little later here too. Kristen says burgers, bring them on, and we love bringing them on, Kristen.
We
so
do.
Here, I'm gonna go to this other shot here real quick and just show you. Look at that. See how that batter is just becoming really golden brown on the outside of the bun. I mean, it's almost like frying, donuts or something. But this is not a sweet batter by any means.
No.
So it's going to pair beautifully with the burgers that we're making.
Yes,
Really
it
nice.
will.
Really nice.
And I'm going to do one other thing with my burgers or my buns.
What's that?
I'm just going to spray them with a little bit of oil. Oops, I'm trying not to spray Max with the oil.
Oh, for grilling?
Yeah, and throw them on the grill.
Okay.
It's kind of a fun alternative to using butter, oil, or margarine.
Right. Awesome. So, what I want to show everyone here, I've got to grab a pair of gloves. What I want to show everyone here is basically how I would put together a burger, okay? I've got a basic philosophy when it comes to burgers, and that's that if you start with a better product to begin with, you're going to get a better result in the end, and I think that's just indicative of pretty well any kind of food that you're cooking, right? But when it comes to burgers, there's a couple of things that, again, I've kind of learned, I think, over the years, from doing so much in competition. Number one, I've got my Big Frig cooler here, so you can see this. Number one is you've got to keep your meat cold. Okay, when you start to work with beef that is up to room temperature or warm, when you're working with it in your hands, the warmth of your hands alone can start to render that fat out, and you want everything to stay as cold as it possibly when you're working with it, because it's just going to stay together intact, and it's going to be a much better. Here, can I move this over that way, guys?
Yep, we're making room here.
All right, it's going to be a much better burger in the long run. So let me pull off screen here so you can see what I've got going on. There we go. So I've got my ground beef here. This is a ground chuck 80-20 blend. And what I want to do is I want to start with maybe about a third of a pound or so of ground beef. And this is really, really loose ground beef. It's not densely packed, and I want to keep it that way. When you're patting, if you're hand patting a burger, if you pack it really, really tight, you're going to wind up with the consistency of something like a meatloaf, for example. And you don't want that. You want to allow pockets inside the beef to remain so that when the fat renders out, it stays nice and juicy, and you don't wind up with this really dense burger. So one of my keys, I guess, in cooking a burger is, number one, you don't overwork the meat. Secondly, you're also working with really cold meat. But also keep it uniform, keep the thickness uniform, keep it flat all the way from edge to edge, and don't ever get this any thicker than a half inch. If you start doing that, that's when you always see like that thumbprint sort of trick where people are like, oh, I got to push it down, because the meat will puff up and it'll swell when it cooks. You don't need to do any of that if you don't overwork your meat, and you just keep it at a nice, even thickness to begin with.
Don't overwork your meat, Damon. Don't
overwork the meat. So once I've got a ground beef patty that I'm happy with, hand me that oil there real quick. Couple of things that I would do before this goes on the grill. Number one is I'm going to put a little bit of spray oil on it. If you don't use a spray oil, you can just brush on some canola oil or something like that. But the spray oil is really convenient. I'm going to put some oil on there so that it helps the burger from sticking to the grates when it goes on, when it's a really hot grate. And then I'm going to season the burger. Now, my favorite thing to season it with is the Croix Valley, Kansas City rub. That's what I'm using here. And I'm just going to put a nice even coat on there. It's a beautiful rub that just pairs so nicely with all sorts of different meats, but it's phenomenal on burgers. And then I'll just let that sit. I'll just let it sit for about 10 minutes before it goes in the grill. And that's really as simple as it gets. You can utilize any one of our rubs to impart different flavors, but season your meat before it goes on the grill. I think that's really important.
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
important. So I'm just going to set this aside right now because I've got a couple other tips and tricks here, and one of those is in how we cook the burgers too. So I'll get to that in a second. But
Well, this tempura batter is looking really cool, Dave.
is it?
Yeah.
Let me go. Okay, so you did the beer batter.
I did the beer batter.
Okay, let me click over to the tempura batter here real quick. Look at how light and flaky that is.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
That is so cool.
Jim Taylor from Wolf Lake is watching right now. One of our authorized dealers up there.
How we doing, Jim?
Welcome, Jim. Thanks for tuning in. Those really, I love how you get these little peaks on here.
I know, they look
and
crazy.
it just becomes really light and airy and really awesome.
I'm doing an excellent job of not making a mess with these this time.
You are. I'll tell you.
Proud of
I've
myself.
imparted this bun deal at World Food Championships for a number of years in the burger category, and on occasion when Lou and I have had the opportunity to cook together, she's always been my bun.
Disaster.
She's always been my bun girl. So she's learning as she goes along.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for doing such a phenomenal job with those buns.
All right.
Okay, so
More pearls of wisdom from Damon's head.
I have lots of pearls of wisdom.
Oh,
let me
don't
tell
I
you.
know it.
So, we always want to start with the buns first because they take a little bit of time, not only to cook, but we also want to put them on a screen. As you can see, lift up that screen there, Max. We want to put them on a screen like this so they can drain off
a little bit. Yeah.
And then we're also going to season our buns as well. So we're going to let them do their thing. And I want to go back to the burger, right? So we pattied the burger.
Yep.
We oiled the burger.
Yep.
We seasoned the burger. Now we got to cook the burger. I'm not going to cook them back here right now because it would get way too smoky at Croix Valley headquarters. This needs to be done outside. So I actually cooked a mess of burgers just a few moments ago, and I'll show you exactly how we did that. Okay, so we're out in the Croix Valley back lot here because burgers get really smoky and we didn't want to do this inside. But I wanted to show you guys, this is what we do when we're cooking burgers, is we're using grill grates. And if you're not familiar with grill grates, what these are is they're a cast aluminum infrared cooking surface. They've got these grooves and these channels here, and a lot of people, especially like for steak competitions, they utilize these because they get a lot hotter than the actual grill surface, and they create really awesome sear marks. But they're phenomenal for burgers as well because you've got a flat surface here, and we cook on them upside down. So you're really getting almost like that griddle experience of making like smash burgers and whatnot, where you can get a really nice sear and an even crust on your burger. But you're doing that with the flavor of the grill as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these on, and we're going to get them up to temp. The grill grates are interlocking panels, like I said. They just go together like this. Real simple. I've got 3 panels here, and I'm going to pop them on my Louisiana 1100 here, the LG 1100. And you can see we've got that charbroiler open. Can you see that right there? That charbroil plate is open, where we've got exceptional fire right there. So we're going to be able to get these really, really hot. So I'm going to pop those right over the hottest portion of the grill surface here, and probably in about 5 to 10 minutes, the surface right here is going to be hotter than the actual temp of the grill, and then we'll go ahead and toss the burgers on. So I'm going to close that up, let them get up to temp, and then we'll toss them on. All right, so those grill grates should be up to temp now, and we've got this set at about 400 degrees, but check this out. This is what that infrared cooking surface does here. I'm using a laser thermometer, and you can see that we're about 90 degrees, almost 100 degrees hotter than the actual temp on that grill, which is awesome because that's what I'm looking for. I always use a spray oil as well, and I'll put that down on top of my grates just to, again, further prevent my burgers from sticking. Burgers have already been seasoned. They've already been oiled up as well. So we're just going to go ahead and toss them on. Again, we've got them nice and even. They're flat. We don't have any large areas that are going to puff up here. Just going to pop these on and let the grill and the grill grates do their work. Look at how those things are just sizzling away, creating a really nice even crust. It's exactly what we're looking for. Okay, so after a few minutes here, we're just going to go ahead and check on these and see if they're ready to flip. Go ahead and pull that off and just take a look. See how it's got a really nice sear that's going on there? That's about the level that I like it. You can certainly get a lot, crustier per se with them. But look at that. See that in the sunlight? Just getting that nice, even crust, just like you would if you were cooking them on a flat top griddle. So it really doesn't take all that long to get these done. We'll go ahead and get these resting. I'll cook the rest of the burgers here. They smell awesome. So there you go. Those are the burgers being cooked right out the back door.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah. And now here's the other tip that I've got for you.
Oh, more tips.
You can cook burgers ahead of time and still wind up with super juicy burgers when it's time to eat.
What?
Go figure, huh?
Tell us more.
Well, when I'm cooking in competition, I have multiple burgers that I need to cook at one time, and they all need to be turned in to the judges at the exact same time. So I've kind of come up with, my own methodology, I guess I would say, in being able to hold the burgers for a period of time. And one of those things is really to be able to keep them warm in an oven. Now I'm using the grill back here. I've got the grill set at 160 degrees. Now I would do the same thing in an oven at home to be able to hold those things over for an extended period of time. And they are not going to overcook. They are not going to dry out. They're going to be perfect and ready to use whenever you're ready to eat them. So that's kind of one of the big takeaways that I've had in the experiences in cooking is that if you hold your burgers, you can get everything else ready. You can prepare your condiments and your toppings and melt cheeses on them and do all sorts of different things, and everyone can have a different burger experience all at the same time.
That's right. The choose your own adventure burger experience.
Exactly. So I'm going to step out of frame. I'm going to zoom in over here real quick. Let me go to a different camera angle here, okay? Now, let me move this. Max, I want you to show us.
Show us what you got, Max.
Oh, yeah.
What's in there?
All kinds of goodness is what's in here. So, here's our burgers right here that we have holding.
Yep. Bring one up closer.
Yep, let's get it right in front of the camera here.
Yep, hold on. Okay, show me. Is that a dry burger?
Does that look dry to you?
Heck no, it doesn't.
That looks delicious.
That is not a dry burger, and
Look at that.
let's be totally honest with everyone. How long have those been sitting in that?
At least 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yep.
Seriously. That's how you can keep these. Let me go back over here. I apologize. That's how long you can keep these burgers in a hot holding environment and still get a super juicy product when you're done. Max just leaked grease all over the place.
Max.
All over the place.
It's fun.
I was trying to be clean and tidy, and you messed everything
But
all
seriously,
up.
that video that I just played of me cooking the burgers out back, I did that 2 hours ago because I still had to edit that together and put it on the stream here.
That's right.
Those things are still delicious, like they just came off the grill. So we're going to go, okay, so now, Lou, what'd you do with these? Real quick.
I just popped a little bit of either Parmesan cheese or the cheddar and Monterey Jack shredded cheese on top and then sprinkled them with the garlic barbecue booster.
Okay.
Just to give a little more
So
pop
we're
flavor.
adding a little extra flavor to our buns, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So we're just throw them on the grill
And then
let that cheese
we're
melt
gonna
down.
throw that in there, let that melt down as well.
We'll throw them in this one.
So if we want to look at, we're gonna let the buns, melt the cheese. We're gonna let the seasonings kind of take hold a little bit. Why don't we go ahead and add some cheeses to the burgers that we have holding over here right now?
I just happen to have a plate of varied cheeses right here.
Ideal.
How about that?
How about that?
It's like somebody knew we were doing a burger episode today.
So again, being able to make this almost like a choose your own adventure sort of deal with burgers, you can get them all done at the same time. You can pop them back in a hot holding environment, whether it's on a grill at a really low temp or in an oven at a really low temp, and then you can utilize it like this. I want Swiss on mine, Max.
Done.
What do you want on yours, Lou?
I want all the cheese on mine.
Lou wants all the cheese.
We got one triple decker cheese.
That's right.
But while the buns are hot holding and the cheeses are melting on top of those,
Yep.
we're melting the cheeses over here. We've got some other accoutrement to talk about. So what other toppings can you use using simple ingredients to make an elevated burger? What else we got?
Well, I made a couple different things.
Okay.
I did smoked mushrooms and smoked red onions,
Okay.
which is really, really simple. Just pop them in a foil pan with some oil, throw some seasoning on top. I did the garlic barbecue booster and the spicy booster, and then just let them ride on the smoker until they're soft.
Let me get a here.
You want to zoom
Yeah,
on
just
this?
leave them where they were.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got onions.
Yep, smoked red onions.
What's that in the middle?
This is my favorite coleslaw. This is my honey Dijon coleslaw with the Croix Valley honey Dijon barbecue and brat sauce. So it's cabbage, red onions, mayo, the mustard sauce, and sugar.
Okay.
Yum,
Okay.
yum, yum. Coleslaw is a great topping.
So we've got mushrooms, we've got onions, we have coleslaw.
Yep.
What's this right down here, Lou?
That is aioli. That is another awesome topping. And aioli kind of puts people off like it's something really difficult to make or do.
Well, it's hard to say. It's got to be fancy.
How do I don't even know how
Aioli?
to spell it. Anyway.
AOI, I don't know.
E-I-E-I-O.
E-I-E-I-O.
Anyway. Another jewel from the brain of Damon is an easy aioli hack. So I made
I'm all about hacks.
That's right.
I'm all about hacks.
I made a garlic ginger aioli yesterday.
Okay.
For today, and you are going to show us how to make a really simple garlic aioli, right?
Oh, perfect. So a real aioli is going to be an emulsion with lemon juice and garlic, salt and pepper, olive oil. But if you utilize a olive oil based mayo, which is very similar to an aioli to begin with, it's really easy to be able to flavor them up. So, for example, if I start with a little bit of the olive oil mayo here, and add some garlic to it, I've got a garlic paste that I like to use because it's super, super fine and it combines really, really well. And then I add a little bit of the Croix Valley garlic barbecue booster.
Yum. I think we've added that to everything so far,
It's
haven't we?
the best all-purpose seasoning that
garlic
we've got.
booster.
Garlic
What can
booster.
I know. I'm not kidding you. Those three ingredients right there, you mix those up, and you've got an amazing garlic aioli. I mean, and Max likes to call them a mayoli,
Aw.
which is
Cute,
true.
Max.
It's not a real true aioli, but it's a real easy, quick hack. So we've
And your
got.
friends will never know.
That's
I mean,
right.
that seriously, that took like 30 seconds. So I've got a garlic aioli. We have a garlic ginger aioli. What do we got over here?
We've got two different bacon jams. So you made one yesterday that
Okay.
you did a little video for that you're going to post online, or you already have?
I already have. If you want to
Such
find
a
out how to
Johnny on the
make
spot.
a bacon jam, just check out the Croix Valley Foods webpage. There's a little video tips, tricks, and recipes section, and I've already loaded an entire video and the full recipe on how to make a bourbon maple bacon jam,
Which is this one right here.
which is that one right there.
Yep.
And Lou made a root beer bacon jam yesterday as well.
Did.
The recipe that I've got for the bacon jam is really a base recipe. You can turn it into like a red ale bacon jam or the root beer bacon jam. You can use all sorts of different types of liquids to act as like a braising agent when it comes to the bacon jam, and add a ton of different flavor. Things like apricot jam works really well. Blistered tomatoes works really well. You can really incorporate all sorts of fun, cool flavors.
Jalapenos if you want to spice it up a little bit. Yum.
So a couple of different bacon jams. We've got a couple of different aiolis.
Yep.
We've got cheeses. We've got mushrooms,
bit of
onions,
bacon there.
some bacon. Look at that. That looks really
Yeah,
really good.
that is good.
That looks really good. Okay, so I'm gonna before we get to assembling a burger, because we've got Bloody Marys to talk about here yet.
Yes,
too.
we do.
Before we do that, though, I want to talk about what's been cooking in Croix Valley Nation.
We need a theme song for this.
I know.
What's
You want to make
cooking
one up?
around the Croix Valley Nation?
I like that.
We'll work on it. All right.
That sounds good. So every episode, we like to find out what people have been using Croix Valley products for, and do a little showcase on that. So let's check out the first one here. See what we got up this week. we have got a delicious looking ham
Ooh, look at that thing.
from Scott Nardi from Tankerbell Steak Team. That's I think there's a ham that he cooked on Easter.
I think so.
Because last time we went live was before Easter, so I think this was his Easter ham. It looks like a bone-in spiral cut ham. He used Croix Valley barbecue sauce on that one, along with I think it was like an apple jelly. He combined those two and made a really fun, awesome
I love when
dish.
the graphics come up. Check it out, guys. I'm such a ham.
Yeah, you are,
Good one,
Max. You're a ham, all right. check out the next one here. This is Dean Sandalak. Dean cooked up some beef ribs. Dean is from up in Canada, way up north there.
How's it going, eh?
Hey.
How's it going? Dean used the St. Louis rub on these beef ribs, and he commented when he posted this picture. He said that he says St. Louis rub is becoming one of his new favorites. He put them on nachos the other week, and then he used them on the beef ribs, and he's just fallen in love with it. It's awesome stuff, really awesome stuff.
More beef ribs.
More beef ribs. All right, Dean, way to go.
We made a lot of beef ribs.
All right, there we go. That's what we needed.
What's that?
That's Tyler Juergens.
Oh,
Tyler is a
Tyler.
regular contributor to Croix Valley Nation. We love you, Tyler, down in Illinois. From Juergens Smokehouse. Tyler posted this picture earlier in the week. It's basically a platter of barbecue. It's sausage and chicken. And I don't know actually what he utilized, which products he utilized on these, but he did hashtag Croix Valley Nation. So,
Bam.
there we go. What's been cooking, Tyler? What's been cooking? So
That's what's been cooking.
heck yeah, it is.
Going over to Tyler's house.
All right, let me see what's up next. Oh, I've got a video.
Ooh.
I've got a video next. Now I
Fancy.
haven't put a video together on this here yet. So this is gonna be a new one. Let's see if we can make this work. Okay. And the video is coming up. This is from the Smoky Poet.
Ooh,
Smoky Poet made a turducken.
yum.
He had chicken, turkey, and wood duck, and between each layer on that, look at that thing. I ended it right there so you can see it really well.
Ooh.
On each layer, he put down Croix Valley all meat dry rub, and then he layered it with the Croix Valley cranbarbecue.
Yes.
And that looked great. I actually want to see it again. Look at that thing.
Yeah. And he's a Minnesota boy.
Yeah, he is.
And posts some really innovative and cool stuff.
Yeah,
He's fun to watch.
He does. Follow him at the Smoky Poet. He's got some cool stuff there for sure. And I've got one more video that I'm going to pull up here for you. Let's see if I can get this to load properly as well. All right. Let's go to Twin City Smoke. There we go. There's a video. Twin City Smoke had used our cattle drive on beef ribs.
Ooh.
Look at how those bones just pull out here. I'm going to play that one more time for you. It turned out really well. Wow. He said that the cattle drive made an awesome bark on those beef ribs. That looks super tender. So I wish he would have saved me a piece, to be quite honest. It looks darn tasty. Really tasty.
Ooh.
All right. So I guess that's what's been cooking in Croix Valley Nation this week.
You can smell the black truffle on the buns.
Well, you didn't even talk about the black truffle.
I didn't I mention that?
No.
That's what I was using.
The spray that Lou was using.
Oh.
This is another Croix Valley secret.
Yes,
It is.
This was a Lou hack. You just spray oil on the buns instead of using the margarine or the butter.
Well, you did say that. Okay,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
So butter flavored canola oil is really good, but if you can get a flavored oil like that,
Yep,
And imagine when you are having a barbecue and have people over, they're like, "Oh my gosh, what'd you use? Black truffle oil?"
yes, ooh la la. I made my Aioli for you.
Super fancy. Super fancy. Okay, let's get to assembling a burger here, okay?
All right.
Max, why don't you pull those burgers out?
You got it.
Do you have there's some hot gloves down below
at
there?
that.
Yep.
All right. We're going to go ahead and put together a couple of burgers. I just want to do a little up close and show you the difference between some of these. We need those buns there as well.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Okay, go ahead and set those down. I'm going to step off camera here, and I'm going to get a nice
Max, will you get these
nice
too?
close
I
up
would
here
love
for
to.
you, okay?
Thank you.
And by the way, Anita has joined us. Jake has joined us. Haley, Rick, Mark, Alan,
cousin
all you
Aioli.
guys, thank you so much for joining us and watching. We really appreciate it.
It's another one of my cousins. My
comment-
cousins keep joining in.
I know there is a cousin
We got
on
lots
there.
of cousins everywhere.
Comment away. Ask us questions. We're here for you.
We're here for you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Let me get a close up over here then
All right.
as to what we've got
Put these
going on.
little
Okay, I'm
buns
going to
together.
switch this angle here quick,
Yep.
and we're gonna do a little showcase here. Okay.
Yep.
So first of all, I want to zoom in on these buns now. These are our next level buns. They
Yeah.
have been fried, right? They've been
These
deep
have been
fried,
deep fried, and those have been,
grilled. Yep.
yeah, look at that.
And look at how the cheese that Lou put on there and the seasonings that has melted and infused into those buns.
Doesn't that look fancy?
It does. Max has a bunch of burgers over here that are draped with cheese, which is nice. So let's go ahead and put together a couple of burgers here, okay?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I'm going to leave this angle right here, focused on the buns,
All right.
okay?
Damon,
And
what type of bun would you like?
I would like the beer batter one right in the middle.
This guy here.
That one,
You got
right
it.
there.
Good choice.
All right. And you wanted the Swiss cheese, as I recall?
Yep, I want Swiss cheese on mine.
This one looks
As a matter of fact, before Lou goes any further, I'm going to reach right in here.
Oh, yeah.
I want some garlic aioli on the bottom of my bun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to spread that on there.
Yep.
Now give me one with some Swiss.
There you go. All right.
Ooh, I get a bonus piece of cheddar there, too.
Look at that.
Okay, and now I'm going to top mine with the maple bourbon bacon jam, which
Uh-huh.
again, by the way, the recipe is online. I'll post it in the comments here as well. Mm-hmm. Oh, that looks so good.
And you did say you used Kansas City rub when you seasoned the burgers, correct?
Yes, the Kansas City rub. That's my go-to. Can I have some mushrooms on that burger,
Absolutely.
please?
So the great thing too is with the 7 different styles of rubs, and that's not including like garlic booster, which works great on burgers and steaks and things like that. But you can try all sorts of different flavor profiles for your burgers. We do have them in the smaller size available in the Croix Valley Regional Dry Rub Gift Pack. And so that's a great way to get a variety of different rubs to try because everyone's got a slightly different take on what they like.
Absolutely.
Look at that
Absolutely.
burger. All right, Max, you better put a burger
I don't even
together.
know if that thing is gonna. I don't even know if that thing's gonna hold up.
Your turn, Max.
All right.
Like I need to stab it. Look at that thing. Can it? I don't know. Look at that. It's a big burger.
It's insane.
That's a big one. All right, Max, you go ahead and make a burger now.
Ciabatta.
Oh, and everything is still nice and warm because it's been held in that smoker. That's really good.
I'm going with provolone.
Here you go, a little boat for you.
What do you? Oh, thank you. What do you have? Ciabatta bun.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I got to get some aioli.
This is a build your own adventure.
Yes.
Burger.
Kids love this. It's great for families. Anybody will be happy because they're putting together their own food.
Well, we basically just have a few different ingredients. I mean, we have a few different sets of ingredients, and anyone can make their own burger. I mean, it's just like when you go to a restaurant. Everybody doesn't have the same burger.
Yep.
If you're going to a burger restaurant, there's a lot of different ones on the menu, right? So, you're kind of bringing that experience home by just elevating your burger cook slightly.
I've done this kind of deal for the kids' parties and stuff where you just put out all sorts of different ingredients. And Lou's right. They really do get a kick out of it. It's also fun to watch because I like to throw in a few things out on the table that maybe wouldn't normally be thought of. One of those that I threw out there was easy cheese.
Oh, well,
Just to see.
everyone
But
likes that.
the stuff that kids will put together, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
just let them run free,
Oh, absolutely.
is a show in itself. It's a lot
Absolutely.
of fun. So
Your boat.
Okay, so what was on your burger?
So I used the aioli and then the smoked onions
Yeah.
and the smoked mushrooms
Ah, okay.
on the ciabatta.
Lou, are you going to build a burger?
Oh, heck yeah, I'm going to build a burger.
Okay, I'm gonna go to another burger. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna go to that burger angle right there.
All right.
Go ahead and show
There's
us
your
what you're
triple
putting on that
cheese.
one.
Yeah, all the cheeses on
Lou's
this
all about
one.
the chiz.
I am. So we're going to do all the
And you're
chiz.
using just a toasted bun this time.
Just using the toasted bun
Okay.
this time, right?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to throw some of the onions in there because I love onions.
Hey, Badonkadonk Barbecue is watching. We're
Hey.
making them hungry, says Keith.
Oh,
Maggie Anderson says it's been fascinating, so that's great. Thanks, Maggie.
Some coleslaw on top for a little crunch there.
Oh yeah.
A couple little bits of bacon.
Some bacon.
Yep. Maybe just a little more cheese.
More cheese.
Just to be safe.
We are from Wisconsin, after all.
That's right. So there you go. There's the Lou bun.
Wow.
The Lou burger. You like that?
Yeah, that's an awesome looking burger.
Yes, it is.
That is really great.
Pretzel bun.
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
All right.
So these are some big burgers. These are some really big burgers.
Huge.
And it's, we're just piling on a few different ingredients. Pretty easy, pretty simple.
Yeah.
But with what we've got going on here, I mean, you can make so many different combinations. And besides that, we've got all of our Croix Valley sauces over here. Any one of those drizzled over the top of a burger is absolutely phenomenal as well, especially the brat sauce. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. So we are getting down in time here. So I'm going to speed through some Bloody Marys real quick.
All
if
right.
that's quite all right with you.
Bloody Marys.
And give you a little bit of a teaser because I don't think we're going to be able to give these Bloody Marys as much time as they possibly deserve. So I think we should throw them into our nightcap tonight, don't you?
Well, we got time to talk about bloodies. Trust me. You go right ahead.
All right. I need some ice though.
Okay, Max.
I'm on it.
Max, go get some ice. So we're going to talk about Bloody Marys. Now let me move some of this aside, and we can go ahead and get things set up. What is it about the Bloody Marys that makes these so special?
Well, the simplicity, and they're so flavorful. And one of my favorite things about them too is they are not just laden with salt and preservatives and chemicals and nonsense. I mean, they're actually decent foods, even though you're adding tequila or vodka or whatever your preference is. So,
okay, so we make a Bloody Mary seasoning.
We do.
If you didn't know this, Croix Valley makes a Bloody Mary seasoning. Why don't you bring that tray right over here? Put it right front and center.
I'll let Max pick up the tray.
Max,
I'm going to
use your muscles
right in front of the
Use
camera.
your muscles, Max.
There we go.
Get
Okay.
steady.
There we go.
All right.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Max.
All right, there we go.
Okay.
So we make a Bloody Mary seasoning. And what these are liquid concentrates. Put a little squirt of this into a glass of tomato juice, add your vodka. It can be absolutely as simple as that to make one of the best Bloody Marys you've ever had.
That's right. And I think out of all of our products, this may be the one that confuses people the most because they see these in the store and they're just not 100% sure what to do with them. Like, how do you make a Bloody Mary with this? Oh my gosh.
Okay, hold on just a second, Lou. I just want to get a close up here
Look at me.
so we can see
Perfect.
so we can see what we're dealing with here. 4 different varieties, right?
Yes, right.
So we have, there we go. We have horseradish, garlic and dill, pepper, and bold and spicy. And they're liquid concentrates. They come in a 12-ounce squeeze bottle. All right, now you're going to show us
All right. So,
how you make one.
liquid concentrate. It's a thick little liquid in there, right?
Okay?
Now, my personal favorite, and I know Max's too, and Damon's, actually all of us, is Clamato. So Clamato, tomato juice, vegetable juice, whatever it is you like. Throw that in your shaker with some ice.
Okay?
And then you add your liquor of choice. Mine is the 45th Parallel Vodka out of New Richmond, Wisconsin. It's unbelievable. Absolutely phenomenal.
Now, wait a minute. When you say liquor of choice, what do you just mean like different brand of vodka?
Oh, no. You can do a lot of different things with a Bloody Mary. Like,
Just see the segue that I just made?
that's pretty good. Ta-da! All right, so what other kinds of things can we use, Max?
So part of the fun of Bloody Marys, much like our burgers today, is variations. You can really customize it and make it your own. If you're a gin drinker, bam, add gin. It's called a red snapper.
That's so cute.
That's a neat name.
Of course, a lot of people know tequila.
Yeah.
And that one there, Bloody Maria.
Bloody Maria.
Lou, what do you call a Bloody Mary with no alcohol?
Stupid.
You call it a bloody shame is what you call
I
it.
missed the joke. Sorry.
Ba-dum-bum. I need cymbals. I need some sound effects over here.
All right, so I've got my Clamato, I've got my vodka in there, and then all I do is just add a squirt.
2 if you like it spicy.
2
If you
like it spicy.
want a little bit more spice to it.
The little shaky shake. See, look at
Now,
Max.
wait a minute. Can you
making
shake
a
that
doing
like they
good.
do on Bar Rescue or whatever?
Not unless you want to wear the juice.
Yeah, go ahead and shake it in a little close up there. Okay, and now over the head like they do with a big smile. Can you do that?
Nope.
No. All right.
Nope.
I tried.
Again.
I tried. Lou's making a mess.
I am a terrible,
Lou's making a mess already.
terrible bartender. I was so psyched to do this right today, but that's okay.
Okay, and so you've rimmed a glass over here
Yep.
with one of our rim salts. We make an original and a spicy rim salt.
Yep.
So you've rimmed the glass. You've made, the horseradish bloody?
Mm-hmm, my personal favorite.
Okay. And then it's just a matter of garnishing, right?
Yep. Yeah, leave a little room for the garnish there.
Okay.
It's a good tip.
Max is making a garnish.
Correct.
Oh, what you got there, Max?
A little everything.
A little everything.
Throw a beef stick in there,
beef
maybe?
sticks, celery, olives, cocktail shrimp, limes. Whatever you want to put in there is
Hamburgers,
good.
pizza, whatever.
Didn't we have a hamburger to utilize?
Yeah, we got sliders. We could throw a slider in there.
Well, we can come back to this because we've got something really cool that we are doing later today. It's what we call our Croix Valley Nightcap.
Yeah.
This will be a first-time deal for us. We're going to be going live on Instagram tonight at 5 o'clock. And it's going to be a real laid-back, sitting down, chilling around the campfire sort of experience where we're going to talk more about cocktails. We can certainly get into the bloodies.
Yeah, Max has got some really cool cocktails that I am
what's a
excited to try.
give us a little teaser, Max. What are you going to be previewing?
Well, I'm going to be showing you, if you follow my Instagram or Facebook feed at Montana Max Barbecue, I do a lot of innovative cocktail, or what I like to think is innovative at the very least. But over the last couple days, I took Prairie Organics vodka, and I basically infused it into making a gin, which we'll talk more about. And then I threw the Montana angle on it and used huckleberries in it as well. And then I will be showing you how to do a Montana tequila sunrise this evening as well.
Ooh, a Montana tequila sunrise.
Nice.
A little different than the rest, huh?
Well, it's got a touch of Montana.
Wow. Okay. Well, sounds good. So, just to recap, then, making burgers can be really simple. It's a matter of just pulling in various ingredients and kind of building your own burger the way that you like.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Bloody Marys, we've got multitude of different flavors that we can choose from, just with a couple of squeeze bottles here, and then again making it your own with various liquors, various condiments, or garnishes, I guess you would call them in this situation. Accoutrements.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's all good. What else? We've got the nightcap coming up. Follow us at Croix Valley Live.
Yep.
On Instagram.
5 o'clock Central Time coming at you.
Do we know what we're going to be doing for our next episode?
No, I don't think we thought about it yet, did we?
No.
Well, all you have to do to find out is stay tuned to the Facebook at Croix Valley, because
right.
we'll be letting you know sooner rather than later.
Or if there's something you want to see us do,
Send us a message.
something in the comments
let
or
us
send
know.
us a message. We'd love to do something fun for you guys.
Absolutely. Let me check over here real quick. I want to remind everyone to check out all of our partners online. We've got Louisiana Grills, Compart Family Farms, Gunther Wilhelm, the best cutlery on the planet, Grill Great, which we use today, the Revier Cattle Company Beef, which we use today, Flame Boss, Big Frig Coolers, Go Fire, and Great Scrape. These are all fantastic partners of ours. All of their websites are there. Check them out online.
Yep.
Check out all of their Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter pages as well, because these are all local companies or, family companies. And in this time, I guess, it's, more important for us to be checking in with those sort of businesses than at any other time. So now's a good time to check it out, huh?
That's right.
All right.
Up your
well,
game.
Lou?
You guys stay safe out there.
Remember, life is easier when you plow around the stumps.
And as always, we'll see you around the grill.
All right, where'd my burger go? I gotta eat.
It's burger time.
It's burger time. Damn, it took my burger away.
I got my burger.
You got your burger. I got my Bloody Mary. I'll drink that.
There you go. That's a meal in a glass.